What's up, guys? Looks like we got some news on the Crossed movie front. It turns out, according to The Hollywood Reporter from earlier today, that the Crossed movie has hired its director, and it turns out to be Rob Jabbaz, the guy who made the Sadness, which is a Taiwanese movie that was heavily inspired by the Crossed. It turns out that Rob Jabbaz, he wrote and directed this film, and he was heavily inspired by the Crossed comic book series. So people have often said that the Sadness is... at least was the closest thing you would ever have to a Crossed live-action adaptation. But looks like now that same man has been hired to direct the Crossed movie. So let's read the article a little bit. So the Crossed movie has marked its director. Filmmaker Rob Jabbaz will helm a feature based on the comic book taking place in a pandemic-stricken world in which those who catch a disease are marked with a cross-like rash on their faces. The Boys and Preacher creator Garth Ennis penned the script based on his comic book of the same name. Jabbaz knows a thing or two about horrific pandemics. He's behind the Taiwanese horror film The Sadness, which dealt with a virus that turned people violent, and a unique spin on the zombie drama. The film featured strong reviews and won Best Horror Film and Best Director at Fantastic Fest, the Austin genre-centric film festival. So, yeah, apparently it was good. I haven't seen it, but apparently it was well-regarded. In Cross, the infected follow their worst impulses. It's like a zombie apocalypse, but instead of zombies, they are humans who retain their intellect but are homicidal maniacs. Six Studios is behind the project, which will be inspired by the original 10 issues Ennis published from 2008 to 2010, which helped launch a franchise, spawning more than 200 issues, with writers and artists such as Watchmen's Alan Moore contributing. Okay, so that's cool. So now we know specifically what storyline they're sort of taking inspiration from. It turns out it's the original 10-issue run, which is interesting. Obviously, Ennis wrote that one, but he also wrote a couple other miniseries, which he could have potentially used to pen his script. But it looks like he's doing the original, which is good. It's a good story. It has been a real delight working with Garth Ennis in developing Cross for the big screen, said Jabbaz. From day one, our primary goal has been to deliver a faithful adaptation of the original series along with a few new surprises. I wonder what that means. I really wonder what that means. I certainly hope audiences are ready for this. The film, expected to be in the $2 million to $3 million budget range, is eyeing a March filming date, said Ennis of the project. Happy New Year. It's 2025, and the world is catching up with the world of the Crossed in all the wrong ways. So what better time to bring out the movie you've all been waiting for? So it's exciting stuff. Yeah, I like how he says that. I certainly hope audiences are ready for this. We'll see if they are. I'm so curious. Do you guys think this is going to be released in theaters or going to be up on a streaming service? I would guess probably a streaming service. Yeah. So what can we expect from a Cross movie realistically? I think films like Terrifier have shown that the general audience has a decently broad appetite for gore and the dismemberment and violence that you see in those movies. But yet, I think categorically, I don't think we'll see anything like any of the rape or sexual abuse that the Crossed are prone to do. I don't think we'll see any of that. Likewise, as with the Crossed films, when it comes to children's death, I would guess, or I would surmise that it would often be off-screen or implied. I don't think we'll see any of that, but outside of that, I mean, dismemberments, torture, I'm sure it will be all fair game for a Crossed film. But what do you guys think about this? I know Crossed fans are pretty warm toward the Sadness movie, so if you have the writer and director of that one directing a Garth Ennis scripted Crossed film, I mean, it sounds promising, but I guess we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated with more news in regard to channel information. The Ferals Part 3 video is coming out hopefully on Saturday, but it could be a day late. But I'll keep you guys updated if there's anything, any new information. Outside of that, hopefully I didn't talk too fast. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good one.